to put it in perspective, like, I don't remember reading this part. That's how much it was, like, it just wasn't that, like, impactful. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know what our problem is to this episode, but we have some, like, issues.
Welcome to the Book Pottery Club podcast. I'm Jessica, and I'm from Canada.
And I'm Leah from Germany.
Together, we dive deep into the world of fantasy books, exploring new stories and universes. Join us on this reading adventure. Whether you're a seasoned reader or new to the world of fantasy, there's a spot for you right here at our club.
Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this exciting journey through fantastical worlds.
Welcome back to the Book Pottery Club podcast. We're your hosts, Jessica and Leah. Please follow the show on all social media platforms at the Book Pottery Club. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. On today's episode, we have a really fun one. Now, to start us off today, I want to ask Leah, where are you calling in from today?
Today, I think the last time I called in from Hiroshima, and today I call in from Tokyo. So finally, we arrived here, and I will be here for a month. So the next episodes will be coming from Tokyo. Yep.
Amazing. That's super fun. I'm also still in Sarajevo, so today's episode is from Jessica located in Sarajevo, and maybe next episode will be in Canada. We'll find out. Depends on how long it takes us to read these 15 chapters.
Yes. True. It's getting closer to December, and so you said that you're going to Canada. I remember.
Yeah, so let's get started. I'm excited. We're finally going to move on after we cover this, so really excited to see what happens. So we'll start off just chapter by chapter, like we said. So chapter 16. Let's see where we left off.
Yes. I know. Like, first of all, like, each chapter is so full of happenings, so full of information. Like, while I was doing a summary, it's like, gosh, how much happened there? So, chapter 16. We left off with Violet going to the archives and talking about the recent death of a student that requested a book that Jesinia reported. So they're talking, Jesinia and Violet. Violet tries to find out if Jesinia said anything about her books that she requested. Then she found out she didn't. So I guess Jesinia is catching on something. And Violet is realizing, okay, I might, actually can trust her. But you predicted that we definitely can trust Jesinia. So Violet decides, okay, to get her involved into all the, not involved in telling her everything, but, get her into this thing. So she provides Violet with books every Saturday to study and to read. And I think Jesinia asked just for a favor to get the Fables of the Baron so she can read it too, which is interesting. So she shows interest in, she wants to know what this is all about. Like, where's Violet going with this? So I like it. So Jesinia is the first recruitment from Basket, I would say.
Yeah, but I think, so we predicted this, more or less, I think, in Fourth Wing. I don't know if it's that shocking that, so the information's in the archives. Jasinia's our way into the archives. We kind of predicted it. So, I almost wish Jesinia ended up bad.
What? Why?
I don't know why. Because it would be a good plot twist, Jesinia actually isn't helpful.
That would be that would actually add a little bit of darkness into this whole thing. Like, ooh, she's actually not her friend. Yes, I like that actually. Maybe it's happening.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. Okay, we'll keep going. So then, so I also, this is so not original, but maybe a little bit. So Sloane is weak, right? We find out Sloane, Liam's sister, is really weak and not that good. And Violet poisons her opponent without her knowing. And I was like, okay, Violet's back up to her old shenanigans, poisoning everyone. So that Sloane wins a fight. I'm like, okay, fine, I get it. We're gonna keep Sloane alive. And Sloane still hates Violet. I'm like, bro, she saved you from certain annihilation on the mat. Her attitude, not down.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's a little bit annoying, not gonna lie. She's get over it. Like, everybody's super sad that Liam is gone, but like, you're not the only one, so please. Yeah.
Like, moving on. Yeah, and then Violet. I mean, it's kind of like the same thing as Violet almost. Like, so like Violet hated Xaden, and then now Imogen's training Sloane. Like, I feel like it's like a repeat of Violet. Like Sloane is Violet from year one.
True. Actually true.
So, right? Like, I'm like, oh, like, it's the same storyline. I feel like I'm watching it on repeat. Sorry. So, yeah, so Imogen's training Sloane. Violet has Liam's letters, and she's like, I'll give you his letters if you fight with Imogen to get better at training.
Yeah.
Imogen's just some, like, pro teacher at fighting. Like, good for her.
Yeah. I can imagine that.
Yeah, so, she's really good. And then, yeah, Violet goes back to Samara. Of course, Parrish is there, and he always, Barish.
I was like, what?
Karen and Barish. Barish is there.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's like, it's not that, okay, this is also not the original. So, like, he always searches Violet's stuff, and always Taryn has the stuff on him. I'm like, okay. Like, bro, do you really think she's gonna carry contraband? She knows you're gonna search her stuff all the time.
Yeah, I don't get it either. Like, what is he expecting? Like, that one day she decides, I'm gonna put a weapon in my bag today, so I don't know. It's just, I think it's just to annoy her, to get on her nerves, that's all.
Yeah, 100%. Like, it's just to, like, piss her off.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, like, we're seeing this kind of, like, storyline. It's kind of like we're seeing, basically what happened in first year again from the perspective of a second year. And we know it's going to be hard for Violet and Xaden to see each other because they don't want them to see each other. Because, like, Barish obviously thinks Violet's working for some, like, well, like, we're not even shocked. She is actually, like, rebellious, so. Like, yeah. Like, the guy's on to something. Like, yeah, Violet's definitely hiding something.
But,
like, I can't even blame him. Like,
no, not at all. But I was thinking, wait, because the synopsis on the book said that, like, Violet has to decide which side to get on, and that she has to betray her loved one, like, her only love, like Xaden. But until now, it's just, there was no fight in her head whatsoever. Like, she went to rebellion straight away, does everything for the rebellion. Like, there's no this inner conflict like I thought it would be in the, like, reading from the synopsis. Maybe it's still coming, but, like, right now it's just super obvious. Like, no, she just went straight to the rebellion and said, I'm in, baby.
Yeah, well, I mean, Taryn's in. She's like, my dragon's in, like,
everybody's
like,
in.
I don't know, like, I'm not that shocked. Like, she has everyone in her life is, like, even King Tori's son.
Yeah.
This is Arik or whatever. He's
Eric
even
Arik,
in.
Yeah.
Like, he knows about Venin. Yeah. He knows about Venin, and he's in here, like, you know what? You know why I'm here. You know why I'm a dragon rider. And I'm like, because of the daggers, that means, like, you're in too. Does everyone know about the Venin? Like, what is happening? Everyone knows, and, like, what is the inner battle? What is the battle? We're gonna let these, like, they're literally saying they're killing all these people, and we're gonna be like, oh, never mind, actually. I don't want to fight with the... Even the dragons are... whatever. Okay, sorry. My 2 cents.
No, but that's what I mean. Like, there will be no inner conflict, except, I don't know, Violet turns evil at all of a sudden, but that's what I mean. Like, no conflict whatsoever. Moving on.
No battle.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Do you like this? The letters? So, like, chapter 17, Violet and Xaden are writing letters to each other.
Yeah.
But, like, is this believable? Is it believable? I don't know. Like, Xaden just spills his heart in letters that other people read.
Like, listen, Jess, I do have my opinion about Xaden, and I think it's not for clickbait, but I kind of have, like, an unpopular opinion about Xaden. I think he just doesn't catch me at all. Like, I get it, he's the sexy guy, whatever, and super bad boy, whatever, but I can't explain it. Like, he doesn't do it like Riz or Hunt for me. Like, it's just, that's what I mean. Is it believable? Like, suddenly he's doing love letters and like writing with one hand, and with the other he's stabbing his enemies. Like, it's so not fitting in one character. And I think at one point even Mira, her sister, mentioned something about like no, was it Mira? No, Imogen. Was it Imogen? Saying what he's writing letters, like that's super weird of him. Like, he never does that, and like made it a little bit unbelievable. So I was also thinking, maybe the letters are just, I don't know, a facade, or not even from him. But then again, he left the letters in her hand when he went for Samara, so he does write them. I don't know. It's weird. What do you think?
It's weird. It's weird. Like, can you imagine, like, you're like the fearless leader of the rebellion, and you're writing like loves, like these letters, and like if they ever leaked, like you would lose a lot of credibility. I'm sorry, but like, I don't know. This part I don't like. I get it. I get why she has to do it. Rebecca Yarros has to do this because they're like, she's trying to portray that Xaden and Violet can't see each other. They're so far apart. So it's like a way to have Xaden's point of view still in the book, and like have him around by having his letters, and also learn about his past. But it's a miss for me. So, unpopular opinion, the letters are a miss.
Same, absolute 100% agree here. Also, sorry.
Go.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. No, go. Okay. Go, please.
In chapter 20, I think the intro is also a letter from Xaden. Just skipping to that part just quickly. And it says it's in recovered correspondence. So what is that implying? Like, what is it recovered from? Like, were the letters found somewhere in the ashes or something like that? So people will actually find the letters later from Xaden. So it is actually Xaden's letters. 100%.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sorry, what wanted you to say?
Oh, you're no, you're right. Actually, I would like to add, like, so, because they always say that, like, this is like a transcription from Jacinia of like the events that happened. If you read Fourth Wing, like the before you start reading, it's like all of these events have been transcribed from Navarian to the common language, blah blah blah, by Jacinia. So I think you're right. Like, this is a recovered maybe from those events. Therefore, Xaden's letters are leaked to everyone. So there's a chance that everyone in Ironflame or in the Empyrean universe die, right? And that like this is their written history. But we're still saying the letters shouldn't exist. But whatever. Okay, sorry. And then also, we're getting a lot of information from letters. So like Rhiannon also got a letter from her parents. No, who do you think these are? So beware strangers seeking shelter. Do not take them in, and keep eyes and ears open.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think she's trying to get at here? Her parents.
I don't know. Like, that's just a little excerpt I took from the announcement. Like, that's actually what the announcement says. I think we don't really get to read what the letter from Reese Paris say. But I was asking myself too.
Sorry, this was
kind of. Yeah. I was asking myself too, like, what kind of strangers? Like, which strangers are we talking about? Like, I don't know. It's actually, I still don't get this announcement. I'm still a little confused, waiting for the resolution to come up. So, do you have any ideas?
Yeah. Do you think they're like, are they talking about maybe people that are part of the rebellion, or are they talking about Pomodorians, or are they talking about, like, can Venin look normal? Like, Venin always have like an outward appearance, right?
Yeah.
Like, could they look like just normal citizens, and maybe that's what they're doing? But I don't know. I don't know what this is from.
I don't think Venins can look normal, because I feel like what I've read in Fourth Wing, they lose their hair and be like super and have like red eyes and everything. So I think that's their appearance. But maybe you're right with the rebellions.
Yeah.
Or the Poromial people that they're like telling them
Poromial, sorry.
something like that. But yeah, I also keep my eyes and ears open to see where this is going, because I'm still big question mark here.
Yeah, and then so this is like, Markham, this is where he like tries to cover this, right? Like, like we'll discuss this in Battle Brief, and like Markham's bad, which you predicted from the beginning.
Yep.
Like, Markham is not a good teacher. He's obviously hiding things, and I'm like, oh, even that's not original.
Yeah. At this point, I gotta say, I mean, we've read 30 chapters so far, 31. I'm kind of like, it's a bit repetitive. It's not original. It's I don't know. Maybe to the listeners and audience that hear this, I'm also reading Crescent City simultaneously. So like having those two compared is just full of original ideas and crazy things happening. While Iron Flame it feels a little bit we talked about it before we hit record it, but like a little bit childish and almost just, you know the stories. It's predictable at this point and still fun to read, but it's missing the,
Yeah, I agree with you on this one. So, like, she runs into the scribe. So, like, Violet in this chapter also goes to the scribe convent. So, like, she needs books. I'm like, bro, like, are you trying to be obvious? Like, Markham is a scribe. You're gonna run into all of his students and be like, yo, Justinia, I need a book. Yo, can you hook me up with a book? Like, no, you should not do that. That is exactly what you should not do. So, like, that one annoyed me. I was like, bro, this is how you get caught, Violet. By doing stuff like this. This is why Xaden wants to keep secrets. Because you're out here like, hey, look at me, like, I need this information that this other guy got killed over. Like, come on. Sorry. I know. Unpopular opinion.
No, completely same thought. I was reading this and I was like, what the hell are you doing, girl? You're running into 200 scribes studying and like requesting a book? Are you out of your mind? But no, completely. Yeah, annoyed me as well. 100% agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Next, we're annoyed by these chapters. So chapter 18, I don't know, you start with this one. So like the intro, like the little like story at the beginning of the chapter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It only had like that something just I noticed that like there's so many names in it. It's interesting to see like how many times it gets actually edited. And I think it's the intro is about the wards, the first 6, how the warden were made. So I mean it's obvious at this point, but like it's still maybe cool to notice that it's that there's something hiding about this first 6 event, how the wardens are made. The people in the leadership don't want other people to know. And I'm just wondering why. Like, is it because it's actually easy to copy and do too? Like what is so wrong about this information if it's protecting your country? So just wondering what's being edited there. Yeah.
I think it's power. Also, I think it's like power. Like if they control the wards and they control the people within the wards. And I think if it's like common knowledge that you could like expand the wards, then they would invite new people in that aren't maybe necessarily like pledged allegiance to Navarre and Navarre's leadership.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
Like those other places have their own leadership. So then they have to have more of a democracy. I feel like it's a power play. Like they just want to control the people within the wards. I don't know why the dragons play along with it, but whatever. But actually, we did learn something new. So, Varish, he said that, they always assume that the bond goes one way, that, dragons can influence the actions of their riders. But then there's, this slight argument that riders can influence their dragons. So, there's an idea that Varish is actually influencing his dragon. So maybe also Malgren is influencing his dragon. So maybe, the humans actually do have control over them. Or some way,
interesting.
When Taryn put his influence on Violet had none of her own emotion or none of her own control over herself. So I think it goes both ways if you're powerful enough as a human.
Yeah.
And also, like them playing around with like this tonic that dulls the bond. I wonder if there are other tonics that like amplify human influence and human influence over their dragons. And then they give it to their dragons to like dull their control. So I think they were finding out something interesting, that maybe the dragons don't have as much control, and that's why, because we were like, why would dragons be bad? Like, if they want to protect their hatching ground, like, would they not want to work together? But maybe humans actually, are influencing on one side. So that's my take on that.
Nice. I wrote it down to just keep in mind, like, if it comes up again, that we can talk about it again. Reverse anti-bond elixir. Nice. Yeah, I like the theories. I like especially the one that where the writers influence the dragons, because I think you said that last time too. Like, maybe Solas and Malgo's dragons are not bad, but like, vicious because of the writers, and they weren't even vicious before. It would be interesting to see how that goes.
I really think that's gonna happen. So continuing chapter 18. Like, Violet's not supposed to be doing any research or anything bad, but she's over here with Justinia, like, yo, give me all these books, and I don't know. I kind of get the fight over this. Like, I get why Xaden and Violet fought. I don't know why they fought in front of other people, but whatever. They were fighting, like, mind to mind in silence, which is like, you guys are giving away your secret power. Like, come on. This is supposed to be a secret.
Have you seen the memes about this? Like, I was laughing my ass off.
No.
Wait, you can just see two people, like, just like having... where they have like super intense eye contact, and you see their minds like doing stuff, and this is how it looked like for Rhee and the others when they were like standing there at the door and just awkwardly watching them fight in their minds. But yeah, I also thought, like, yo, people are watching you, please use words.
Like, don't. It's better to fight out loud than in silence. Like, you're just staring angry at each other for 5 minutes. So they go see Justinia, because Justinia's now in on the rebellion, like, slightly. And Nolan. So Nolan definitely, he says it's not easy mending a soul, which we find out later that he was, like, literally mending a soul. Like, he was mending Jack Barlow.
Yeah. So it was funny, like, nobody picked up on that when, like, Xaden and Violet, nobody of them, like, were, oh, what do you mean with soul? Like, they just accepted it, like, as it is. So that's maybe something that menders do. But later on, I think it was Jack Barlow, because he changed as well. But we'll come to that. But yeah, just interesting what he was doing.
On a side note, I just wanted to... Oh, yeah, sorry. I just want to mention, so Brendan was also mended. So is this... And Jack seems to have changed. So is Brendan now, like, kind of different? Because he was... Well, we don't actually know 100% if he was mended, but I'm pretty sure he was mended. So, could it be?
True.
I mean, he was a mender. But he's a mender. Can you mend yourself? He was not mended. He was like...
Yeah, I don't know. Like, you're right. He was a mender, but he wasn't mended. I think he wasn't mended, actually. If something happened to him, it was that he was resurrected. That's the only thing that was done to him.
Oh, yeah.
But not mending, I think.
Okay. So not mended. Yeah. Never mind. He's a mender.
Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Justinia. Justinia's just always around. Justinia's our new character. So she gives Violet these new books, researching the wards and the first riders and, like, all this sketchy stuff that for sure is banned and should not be looked into. I'm guaranteeing it. And then Xaden and Violet continue their fights with each other, which, like, I'm not that shocked. I mean, they see each other for, like, 12 hours every week, so... Yeah. Xaden's out of here. He's like, I don't trust you. Which I would not trust Violet either. Like, she's, like... Bro, she's doing all sorts of things. Like, Violet, like, she's got her own secret. She's like, why are you... Yeah, okay, go, sorry.
No, sorry, go ahead.
Like... No, I was like, so Violet gets mad at Xaden for keeping secrets. Violet's over here keeping so many more secrets.
I know.
Like, I'm so confused. It's like the double standard.
Yeah. No, but I think Xaden got mad at her because Violet said something along the lines that that he doesn't trust her. And then he got pissed because he thinks that she thinks he doesn't trust her, but he does trust her. There's like other reasons why he doesn't tell her anything. I think that was like, I don't know, the climax of the fight, which I also thought like, why is he so pissed about this one sentence now? Because I don't know, like all this fighting is just nonsense and annoying. Ugh, go your ways.
Yeah, separate. Next. Yep. Yeah. So then we go. So we're kind of like second year is really similar to first year. Like we have so chapter 19, flight maneuvers class with Kiori. Now we're doing like what is it? Running dismounts or something? Like moving dismounts when the dragon is still moving. They have to get off. Which
I think it's called flight
Violet
maneuvers.
Cannot do. Yeah, flight maneuvers is a class, but I think it's like where the dragon flies and they have to jump off and like still move.
Yeah.
Like the dragon doesn't stop. Yeah, so Violet cannot do this, which I kind of get. Like, how do you, if your like bones are brittle, how do you jump off the dragon and survive? Barish, I'm not shocked he has his attention on Violet. He knows something suspicious happened, you know? Like,
yep.
And also, I don't get this argument that she needs to bring Endarna. Like, dragons can do what they want.
Bless you. I think I think he just he knows what that Andarna has a secret, or the dragons have a secret about Andarna, and he wants to see it, and that's why he's so persistent with bringing her to flight maneuvers, and also to piss off Violet once more. But like, I think he knows that Andarna is kind of a special dragon, and he just wants to see it. Maybe he also actually knows about feather tails. Like he also researched them, so he knows. He knows.
Yeah, he could know. He could know definitely.
Yeah.
I like Terrence finally showing his dominance. He like so here he's like Varys is pissed at Violet. Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna punish you, like bomb and kick you out, all this stuff, right? You're like dereliction of duty, right? Like you're not doing your duty. And Terran's like, whoa, excuse me. Like I will kill your dragon if you talk bad about my runner. Yeah, like wait, hold my beer. I'm gonna like, and I actually care. I liked this. I was like, finally, Terran. Like Terran's a powerful dragon. Like everyone's like should be like nice to him.
Yeah.
I don't get, like, the argument that, like, what's Varys gonna do to Violet? Like, Terran's literally gonna kill you. I don't know.
Like, he doesn't care. Yeah, I get it. But I'm really happy that Terran showed some dominance here. Like, it was time. It was freaking time somebody stood up and be like, you know, middle finger in Varys' face, and then, what we're talking about even is that he charged at Solas, took his neck in between his teeth and was like ripping his throat off, almost killing Solas, and then forcing Varys actually to go to his knees and apologize to Violet. Pretty badass, if you ask me. I think good.
I like it.
Like, yeah, situation well handled. I like it.
Perfect. Good job. Then, like, so then this, I'm gonna, like, I was gonna say, I'm kind of getting annoyed with Violet wanting to tell Rhiannon and her friends about what happened beyond the wards. Like, I get they're your friends. I get it. But they cannot block Dana. And there might be other mind readers. Like, I'm just so annoyed.
Why are we so annoyed by Violet. Every chapter so far? And by Violet. But
because
it annoys me.
Like, okay, Violet can't seem to understand that, like, she needs to be, like, the bigger, like, she needs to protect the rebellion. Mm-hmm. Like, if you want to be a part of the rebellion, you cannot just, like, go around telling everyone about the rebellion. You know?
Yeah. But
that's what I'm annoyed about.
Me too. Me too. And then what I'm also annoyed about is that she, for the same reason Xaden is not telling her everything, she is not telling her friends everything because it gets them in trouble and it gets them to be killed or something. But then gets pissed at Xaden because he does the exact same thing. So, at this point, I don't know. Like, when we talk about this right now, I feel like we are really annoyed by a lot of things.
I am annoyed, and I'm willing to admit that I'm annoyed. Like, why? Why? It's just kind of like not. I don't know. I like when my lead, like, I've read books where the lead character, like, can just hide secrets from people. Like, they have to. Like, they understand that they have to do this, and they have to be, like, morally gray, and they have to be, like, all these things. And I think if you're dealing with, like, the hands of all these people that are rebelling, all the rebellion children, like, you're actually have a lot of people that could die if you you mess up this.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's pretty important that she keeps that freaking secret. So why is she so whiny about it? Anyway, let's move on. Like, this is going to be...
Move on. Okay, sorry. The hatred is over. Chapter 20.
Yeah.
This is where you actually already touched on this. This is the recovered correspondence from Xaden, blah, blah, blah. So I think we're just on it. Like you said, this is probably either transcribed or people are reading the letters, which we already know. Mira, so I'm sorry. This one messes me up. So Xaden and Violet are together at the outpost making out.
Yeah.
And then Mira shows up. It's like, wait, what?
Yes.
Like, what?
I thought the same. Like, what?
What?
Yeah. So she just comes up out of the corner while her sister is awkwardly making out with, like, Xaden that she doesn't like either. Anyway, so she's there, notices that they're in love, wants to, like, says that they're falling for each other, but she shouldn't trust him, whatever. And I think she got stationed at Samara, not as a coincidence, but more like of a punishment, even like a threat for Violet. Like, now we have not one person, but two persons at this outpost that you have dearly and love. And they can, like, they can get attacked by just one attack at one outpost. So I think it's definitely not a coincidence that she's suddenly there too. It's just a matter of time, I guess. Then they talk about Xaden, the RSC, whatever. Violet notices that she's a walking sheet. Oh, and maybe she is usable for her about how the wardens are made. So, she's asking her about her power, weaving wards. Hey, Mira, can you tell me about classified information? Just, I'm your sister. And then Mira gets a little suspicious, so they have a back and forth talking about this. And then she asks her about Paramiel, if she trusts the reports. And then Mira's like super, confused. Why would she not trust the reports? Whatever. And then she actually, I haven't expected that. She was actually dropping the wyverns in her conversation with her sister. And then she was like, okay, you must be sleep deprived because what are you talking about right now? And then Violet backs off and doesn't continue that conversation anymore. So just a little update with her sister. But interesting that she was trying to, get a little closer to if she also can pick it up or not. But Mira doesn't catch on. Not at least now.
No. I agree. Like, I think I predicted this last, whatever. Mira's gonna play, like, a part of the wards. Like, her power, weaving wards, is gonna come in handy.
Yeah.
Violet, why are you dropping weapon? Like, come on. Like, bro.
She can't keep
What are
secrets,
you talking
at all.
about? Like, not surprised. Xaden's like, okay, I'm not going to tell you the top secret information. She's over here like, Justinia, have you heard about Wyvern? Rhiannon, have you heard about Wyvern? I'm like, Mira, have you heard about Wyvern? No, nobody's heard about Wyvern. It's a top secret operation. Oh.
She didn't get the memo. Not at all.
Sorry.
You're right,
I'm
though.
bad about this.
Shut up, Violet. There's a reason. Anyways. It's a secret. Yeah, let's move on. So
it's a reason. Okay. Then.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm confused. Sorry. So Xaden and Violet, meet up in bed at midnight. We're still not willing to do the devil's tango because of
whatever
secrets.
reason.
Which
for
obviously
secrets.
Violet can't keep a secret. Zayden dropped that civilians are being killed at the border. I was like, whoa, this is actually a major issue. Okay. Wait, this he just dropped a bomb. Like, they're literally like killing civilians, which is messed up. Like, yeah, I think you had a theory. I think they are killing them because of leadership. Like, they don't want, these people know about Venom, they know about Wevrin, they know that they're fighting to keep them off, and I don't think they want them in Navarre. Like, they should not come back to Navarre and spread these rumors
and information. But that's like a really, like, that's hardcore to kill over civilians. Like killing civilians ever is not right, but like just killing them over the fact that they just could talk to other people and then their leadership story crumbles, it's really hard. And I agree, like, it's a big bomb he dropped there, and it was just mentioned in one sentence, and like, oh, okay, I'll get to that later. It's like, how are you not discussing this now? Anyway, so yeah, civilians are being killed.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, boom, bomb. Next chapter, chapter 21. Sweep that under the rug.
Yep.
Are we shocked? This chapter starts off, Violet is hurt from flight maneuvers. We're not shocked by this.
Not at all.
Obviously, she cannot jump off a moving dragon and survive.
Yes.
Professor, and then history class with Professor Devera. So we're saying Devera isn't bad, right? Our prediction is Devera's actually good. Like, she's not like Markham.
Yeah. She proves herself a lot of times. We'll get to this, but like every time she says something, it's like, she's already signaling like that she's not one of them, the bad ones.
What do you got?
Okay. So yeah, there's history class, and almost all of leadership was called out to, for an attack. So she takes over. And it's just interesting that so it's not her class usually. She doesn't teach this. So she comes there and suddenly, decides to teach them on the topic of the Union, not only the wins, but also the losses, the differences between Navarre and Peromiel. So I think that's also one of a sign of her that she is definitely not from the leadership's bad side, but maybe more into the rebellion, because she's, why did you choose that topic in front of everybody? Like, why does she want the students to think about this? So just interesting that she chose this.
Yeah. Showing her her colors.
Yeah. And Mason died, but honestly, I can't even remember who Mason was. Like, oh, okay, that's sad. Sorry, but like, who are you?
Don't remember. Who was he?
I don't know. He was a part of the guys who went to Ethaben, but he was never mentioned. I don't know. Was he mentioned? Anyway, he's dead now. So, bye, Mason.
Moving on. I think what they're getting at here is like anyone that was part of the Athbean is getting slowly killed. I think that's like the thing. Like, if you are an Athbean, you're gonna die. And okay, I'm just getting annoyed. Okay, I'm sorry. This is like us getting annoyed with these chapters. But to be fair, we go back to the mat. We're going back to the mat for challenges. Why does Dane challenge Violet like Zayden? It's literally like they say like, oh, he's like her wing leader. He challenges her. I don't know. Like, I'm just kind of getting annoyed by that. Like, it's too similar to what Zayden did. Like, sorry. I don't know if you felt the same way.
No, actually, now that you mention it, it is like the storyline, but just recycled as the second year. You're actually right. We had that situation already with Zayden. What the hell?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know. I mean,
anyway.
I get it why, because Dane only sees, like, that's his only way of talking to her, I guess. But you're right. It's just the same as Zayden.
And to be fair, it was the same outcome with Xaden. Xaden never hurt Violet on the mat. He just taught her a lesson. And this is the same thing. Like, Zane didn't read her memory on the mat. And he's like, oh, I didn't actually read your memory. Like, I didn't mean to tell my dad kind of thing. And, like, he didn't say, I'll miss you because you were going to your death. It's just because you were going with Xaden. And then, like, he reveals, I don't know, like, to me, this was just annoying. Like, okay, so Dane's not bad. You know, I wanted Dane to be bad. Dane should have been bad. Like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, everyone's turning out to be not bad. Like, give me someone bad.
Yeah. Can someone be an asshole, please? Like, an actual asshole? Somebody?
Yeah. Like Dane's redemption arc already happening. Anyways.
But to be honest, we wanted that. We wanted that. At the beginning of the book, first of all, you predicted actually that he didn't know about anything of this. So your prediction came true. And second of all, like at the end of fourth, we were both like, we want Dane to have a redemption arc. Now he's getting here and like, actually, no, let him be the bad.
Everyone's turning out to be good. Like, just give me some bad. Like, okay, Dane should be bad for a little bit longer and then come over to the other side. Like, just, I don't know, be cruel.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't know what my problem is. What books am I reading that I need everyone to be cruel?
No, but it adds to the story, right? It gives it edge. It gives it more, like, I don't know, a little bit more happening. I get it. Totally on your side here. But but at least he does bring a little bit drama into it, because he reveals that Violet's mother actually gave Xaden the scars. So that just dropped.
Yeah. She's actually bad.
Yep.
Like,
that's... What?
Okay, that's what we learned. Xaden doesn't talk about it. I'm like, okay. Well, I don't know. Okay, whatever. Moving on.
Genau.
So Ree...
I already speak German,
yeah,
sorry.
You go.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, you go. I was gonna say, okay. So Ree talks to Violet and, like, is putting stuff together. Like, okay, Ree, I'm so confused. Like, Violet just should have stayed away from Rhiannon. Because she cannot block Dana. So, like, I don't understand their, like, I actually don't understand, like, their thing. Like, I guess Rhiannon doesn't know that Dane can read her mind. Like, she didn't know that his signet was to read minds until around now. So, and then, so Auric, the King Tori's son, comes and interrupts them because he, like, broke his wrist, I think. And he's like, oh, Violet's like, oh, I'll take him to the infirmary. Like, please.
I'll do it.
Please. Yeah. And this is where I like this part. This is good. We learn that he knows about the venom and he knows about the weapon. And that's why he's at Vazgaya. I was like, finally, yes, like something good. Like, Auric is in on this. Like, get him in there. And we learn now in, like, the last chapter why. Chapter 31, we learn why Auric is here and why he needs to be in the storyline. Because his bloodline is of royal descent that has access to some very interesting information, we should say.
What a coincidence! But we'll get there in a few minutes. But yeah, he definitely played. I mean, come on, there is just a matter of time, like, when it will be revealed what's his purpose in this book. But it's nice. It's definitely nice. Just how it turns out.
I like it,
and I like that. Yeah, I like him too. And I like that little. That was actually a little exciting. Like, oh, okay, he just dropped the bomb that he actually knows about everything, and that's why he's here. So yeah, cool. I like him.
Like, he's on my, like, I like this character. Chapter 22?
Yeah.
Okay.
So chapter 32, just a quick nightmare we have from Violet. I want to know what you think, but I don't think it's nightmares. I think it's actually Venom trying to communicate with Violet, like, through her dreams, but they're actually talking to her. And I think even Xaden has nightmares, so they're wielding dark magic, so it makes sense that they would be able to do that. What do you think?
No, I think I agree. It's too much. Like, there's no way Venom are talking to you, so it's like probably actually Venom talking to her. Like, I don't think you would dream about maybe, but I think that Venom can communicate with people when they're sleeping. The magic they have.
Yeah.
And then Zayden's back.
Right.
We got Zayden in. He's back. He's like, Violet, I'm gonna let you in on all my secrets. I'm gonna show you where we get the weapons from.
Let's go.
And I was like, okay. Let's do it. Shockingly, Varish has like a tracker on Violet. He's like, whoa. What are you guys doing over here? And it's like, Varish shows up to kidnap her for interrogation, which Zayden fights to like, and then Violet's like, I'm gonna talk to the one person I'm scared of the most, Scale. She's like, if anyone can stop Zayden from doing it, because he was like, Violet, you can't go, you're hurt, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, bro, Zayden, you're carrying contraband to the max on you. Like, do not piss off Varish. I liked this part.
Yeah.
I really liked this part. And I liked interrogation. So then he loses the battle. Varish takes Violet to interrogation. Yeah. Chapter 23, interrogation. I want to preface this by saying they are offered food and water. Okay. Did they not learn from the last time that you should not eat or drink anything they give you? Like, did it piss you off? It was so expected that this stuff was going to be poisoned.
Yes. Like, I was so freaking mad reading this. Like, didn't you learn anything? Like, you're sharing this biscuit like it's, I don't know, like it's air. What the hell are you doing? And only because Violet smelled the water again, only then they stopped they didn't drink it. But otherwise, they would have drank it. I was just so shocked by their stupidity. It's like, bro, you're in interrogation training, and the first thing you not think about is the food. No.
They literally learned. They did not learn anything from the last time. Zero was learned. I was like, ugh. Yeah, I'm right. It was so predictable. I'm glad we're predictable because I was like pissed. I'm sorry we're mad about these chapters, but like this, they gave you. Anyways, like.
No, I get it.
Whatever.
I get it. I was mad too. I was mad too, and yeah. Then Violet, they get then to another room. Violet gets shackled in the middle, like imagining her under a lamp, sitting there in her chair and being shackled, and the others are on the wall while watching. And then they beat up Violet, try to break her, try to break them. Little take from me. Maybe I don't know what's wrong with me, like what kind of books I'm reading. But honestly, this interrogation part was so whack. Like it was just so not like beating somebody up. Okay, it's obviously bad, but like the way they were talking it up through the chapters, I thought they were doing stuff like, I don't know, like really bad things, like, you know, nails on your foot and you know, just really bad things to see how far they can go, and they just beat them up. It's like, oh, that's all they do. It's like, oh, okay. I was so disappointed there. I don't know about you, but
yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like it could have been. I don't know what they could have done different, but I agree. Like, I don't know. I was like, yeah, man, you got beat up. But I do like Varish brings Dane, which I'm like, this is actually something to be afraid of. He can read your mind. Like, finally, some real fear tactics. Like, let's go.
I like that too.
They could have also had Professor. Well, who's the guy? Kiori can like project images. Like, can you imagine Kaori. If he went in there and projected like the scariest? Yeah.
Oh
like,
my gosh!
If you projected your scariest images, like fire, like you were gonna burn alive. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is what I want to see for an interrogation, like some signet interrogation.
Yes, exactly. I was thinking that. I was like, oh, cool interrogation. What they're gonna do? And they just beat her up. It's like, oh, okay. Anyway, Dane is in the plane now. Chapter 24, interrogation cave.
Yeah.
Dane is actually trying to defend her first because she was injured prior and she shouldn't be even here. So but not surprising. I think Dane still, has like friendship with her and likes her, so not surprising. And then almost Xaden shows up too because he's in the vicinity and they can talk mind to mind, but then tells him not to come because that might be Varish's plan. And then, Varish almost gets Dane to do it. Like, he reaches out his hands for her face, and then suddenly she says no, and then he's also like, oh, I can't do this. And then he backs off and goes out. But otherwise he would do it, I think. His only excuse is that she's prior injured and that's why it's wrong. But he doesn't say it's wrong because it's her freaking friend. So I think otherwise he would have done it probably. And Varys is also mentioning something about practicing on others and that they're running out of civilians that Nolan can mend. So first of all, Varys is Dane's teacher then. What kind of signet does he have? And what does Dane do to the civilians that they need mending after the practice? Like, does it mess them up so bad that he reaches for their memories that they actually need mending after that? Like, it's just interesting. Like, there was so many information dropped. It's like, oh wait, what's happening? What are your thoughts?
I think Dane. I think maybe it messes your brain up and you need help after that. Like like he's like literally taking from you that you don't want. But I don't know about this mending civilians thing. Yeah, Varish has a signet similar, I think, to Dane's. Like, that's why he's a teacher. Like, he can maybe read minds. So, yeah, be afraid around him. And, sorry. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say that, like, this is why Violet should not be talking to Jacinia and Rhiannon, because they cannot block out people with the signet. And Varish might have the signet. Like, nobody knows what is signet. Like, come on. Like, you gotta be careful.
Yeah, but do you think Varys' signet is mind reading? Because that would make him an intrinsic, no?
But it's the same as Dane's or whatever his is, where you touch you.
Okay.
It's similar to Dane's.
It's similar.
I think that's why he's his teacher. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
It's something
100%.
to do with being able to see something.
Yeah.
Varys. Oh, and then it ends with Varys just being kind of like throws a tantrum. And hits, he like hits Violet's shoulders messed up and he punches her there and she passes out. Nolan isn't a bad guy. I think Nolan's playing both sides. Like, he knows that there's like a rebellion, but he's also like, okay, I gotta stay in this school. Like, so Nolan is Violet's friend, technically. He's been mending her forever. So mends her.
Yeah.
And Varys is messed up. Like, I actually like this part. I was like, Varys is gonna do the interrogation. This could be intense.
Yeah, I thought too.
And then Nolan's like, whoa. I'm gonna interfere. And then, we should say that, like, to preface, if you escape interrogation, you don't have to, if you escape the interrogation, you don't have to be interrogated. Like, you win a patch, and you also don't get interrogated. So, Nolan kind of gives them a helping hand here and is like, well, Violet, sorry, I've been missing, but it obviously looks like you're getting, like, tortured here, so I'm going to try and help you. And, he does distract Varys, and the team, the, like, number one squad manages to escape and get that patch with a little bit of help.
Nice.
So.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, her, like, Violet's dagger magically opens the magic door. So that's also something new that we learned, that magic can open magic, I guess. I don't know. Like, that just
I guess
happened.
I guess. Yeah, I think maybe it's like, is it the black dagger she used? Do you know what one? I can't remember what dagger she used.
She used the one that Xaden gave her.
Yeah. So it has part of the wards in it. That's why. It's what fuels the wards. So I think that has the ability to, like, unlock wards. Because the door is probably warded.
Yes, makes sense.
Yeah,
makes
I think
sense.
that's why.
Yeah.
So she had some contraband that allowed her to escape. Which, I'm like, the professors are going to catch on to this now. Like, it should be impossible to escape. And they're going to be like, process of elimination. How did they get through the wards? Well, there are like 3 ways. You're either Mira, you have this dagger, right? Or like maybe you're a dragon. But like, oh god.
Yeah.
Chapter 25.
Yep.
You go with this one.
Okay. So they're coming outside. Grady's expecting them. So Grady is showing also, kind of like pride. So he seems to be also maybe one of the good guys, I would say. At least the one professor that, doesn't want to kill Violet. So he's kind of like happy to see them. And then, we get a little bit of information of what's happening. That Dane is now ignoring Violet. So he seems hurt by what Violet thinks of him. And then also they go to battle brief. Oh yeah, they go to battle brief, and now they see some leaflets on the tables. And before they read the leaflets, they were mentioning that the scribe was like running around and just passing them by. So obviously it was that scribe or somebody disguised as a scribe. So one of them. And they also mentioned, like Violet says, it had to be printed inside of basket. So obviously coming from somebody who wants the people to know what's happening outside. And the leaflet says that the city Zolia has fallen to wyverns, or what they said in the letter was blue fire dragons. And then, Markham comes in, sees what everybody's reading, and disguises it as a propaganda and fake. And then picks up that it's not blue fire dragons, but like blue dragons. And why would blue dragons ever, attack a city? So he kind of like tries to distract from the fact that it's actually displayed right there in their faces. And then out of nothing, the very last information that Markham also wants to share with us is that Jack Barlow is alive. Like, what?
Yeah.
What is happening?
I don't get this.
Me neither.
Why did this happen? Why did they mend him? I don't get it.
I don't know.
I'm like, wait, what? Why?
But that's a good question of you. Like, why him? Why him? He's not like there's not, or there's a signet. Maybe. Do we know what signet Jack Bala has? Maybe the signet is important. I don't know.
I can't remember.
Me neither.
Yeah, probably signet.
Yeah. And then probably that was the soul that Nolan was mending. But Jack Bala, like, what's happening? But yeah. So he's back.
I don't get it. Why is our favorite evil guy's back?
But then he's also not evil again. Like you said, everybody's turning good in this book.
Why is nobody evil? Okay, anyway, let's move on. Chapter 26. Violet's like, oh shit, Jack, my nemesis, the guy trying to cut his balls off at Parapet, is back. Yep. Back from the dead. I literally killed him and he's back. What are the chances? Which I get. Violet should think Jack's gonna kill him.
Yeah.
Her. Like 100% Jack. I would think Jack is out for blood.
Yep.
Devera mentions an attack on Samara, which is really interesting. This is the outpost that Mira and Xaden are located. And she says, was Devera trying to get Violet kicked out of school by saying this? She says, one rider was severely injured and scratches her neck where Xaden has his rebellion relic. Is she okay, so we have two sides to this. She could either be good and she was trying to let Violet know that Xaden's hurt, or she wants Violet to leave school, dereliction of duties, and get kicked out of school. What do you think?
That's a good question. Good theory. I wasn't thinking that. I thought she was a sympathizer. I thought she was like trying to let Violet know it was Xaden because she knows that they love each other or whatever. But actually, you're right. She could be using that for her advantage. And it's not like, as far as we read now, it's not clear what kind of like Devera is. Is she good? Is she bad? Like, she doesn't seem to be that bad, but she might has her own agenda. I don't know. I'm actually changing sides here. I think I'll go with your theory that she's maybe using her in trying to get her kicked.
Maybe she's acting nice. Okay, I hope she is. Come on, make her evil. I don't have any commitment to her yet. I don't mind if we lose her to the dark side. So, somebody. So, Taryn hears this, I guess, or Violet reaches out to Taryn, like, have you heard from Scale? And Taryn's like, this is where we learn that Taryn can kind of push his emotions onto Violet. Because Violet's like freaking out. She leaves class, goes to Taryn, and they fly to Samara.
Yep.
Okay, I want to know. Brody gives Violet his flight jacket. I knew from the moment he gave her his flight jacket, Xaden was going to be pissed about this. And I was like, why? Like, I don't know. It just annoyed me. Like, I was like, Xaden's going to say something stupid about this stupid flight jacket. And side note.
You knew? Really?
Yeah, I knew. I was like, as soon as she puts... Because why else do they mention he gave her the flight jacket? I was like, oh, it's going to be something stupid. And it was. It was annoying me. Okay, sorry, anyways. Like, bro, she flew to you because she thought you were hurt. She obviously wasn't with some other dude. Okay, chapter 27.
Anyway.
They arrive in Samara. And she's like, like, she's freaking out. Where's Xaden? And then she learns that Xaden's, like, fine, I guess. He's sparring with Garrick. Like, nothing's wrong with Xaden.
Yeah. Yep.
And Taryn just keeps pushing his emotions on Violet. Like, he's freaking out because he thinks Scale's gonna, like... I actually don't get this. Because Scale probably won't die if Xaden dies. So I'm like, okay, whatever. But,
Yeah. I didn't get this either. Like, why is Taryn so messed up? Because, I don't know. He also would have been. Anyway, let's move on. But I was confused too.
I was like, yeah, Scale's fine probably. Like she'll survive.
Yeah.
Xaden dying. Xaden knows what's going on. Actually, he knows that Violet's like kind of not herself. She's like taking on Taryn's emotions. And I was like, oh, we're going to the shower. Let's go. Cold shower time. So they both go in the cold shower.
Oh gosh.
And I was like, okay.
Yep.
Right? Yeah. So they have a cold shower together.
Yeah.
Cool everything off. And Xaden's like laughing at her, like, oh, you were worried about me. But he actually came, to be fair, he was actually hurt pretty bad.
Yeah. He was.
Okay, and then I want you to say the rest.
Okay. Because you read my rating. So he does realize that she loves him because she came to Samara for his sake, and I think that was like his green flag to actually finally get some spice because he didn't want to do it without her being in love with him. So I guess that was the clue. Anyway, so we actually get spice. I wasn't expecting that, to be honest. I thought really it would take a while, but no. In the shower. And probably the second unpopular opinion on this episode, I like the spice in Fourth Wing and in Iron Flame so far is just, it doesn't make me like wriggle my legs in the air and be all jiggly, you know? It's just not doing it for me. Like, I read it and it's just doesn't catch me. It's a really, really good 3 out of 5. Like I almost wanted to go to a 2 out of 5, but then I thought, it still was okay, so I gave it a 3 out of 5. But like a really low 3, like the lowest 3 there is possible. I don't know. Like, what do you think? Is it just me? Yeah. But like, there's
to put it in perspective. Like, I don't remember reading this part. That's how much it was like. It just wasn't that like impactful. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know what our problem is to this episode, but we have some like issues.
No, listen to me. To our defense. Like, listen. Again, Crescent City, first book. We've read it. Like, we finished it, and there was okay. There's a spoiler right now for Crescent City, so please, I don't know, skip the next 1 or 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So, there's just one spice scene. It's not really even like real spice. It's just, you know, a little appetizer, and it was just so good. And it's not by I don't know, it was super detailed or anything. It was just how it's written, how it came up, like the slow burn, everything, he and her, and it was just so good. And it wasn't even the Devil's Tango. It was just a little appetizer, and it was 100% much better than this. I'm sorry, Rebecca. So sorry.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, not impactful.
I don't know what it could be for us is that like that we read this book so close to Fourth Wing. Like so it's like in our brain right now, like Fourth Wing. It's just really similar. And maybe I think the spice, I feel like this book's more young adult young adult.
Maybe.
Or youth.
Like teenage adult, youth adult.
What is that called? Yeah.
You're right, youth.
Like,
I think it's youth adult.
YA.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like new adult. It's kind of like, I don't know. I don't know. It's fine. I think we'll continue on. I want to see the plot twist. Like, I think that this chapter block was not the one. So I want to see the next 15 chapters, what they'll do to us. So anyways, moving on. Yep. Chapter 28.
Let's go.
This I don't like either. Violet gets to go in a weapons handover. What?
Why are we so annoyed, Jess? You're so annoyed by every single chapter so far.
No. I can justify this. I can justify it.
Tell me.
Violet has abandoned her school post, right? She's abandoned it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
By doing that, it's dereliction of duty, and it's like you can get in a lot of trouble for this. You can get killed for this. Is it not feasible to say that Basgaya would send a message to Samara that this rider has abandoned her post and that she should be like apprehended?
Yeah, true.
Like, do you not think that this could happen, right? Like, this to me is what the logical next step would be, right? Is to send like a message to Samara that like we have suspicion that one of our riders, our students, has come to your place. She does not have leave. Can you please take her into custody? So, in knowing that Violet is at Samara, I definitely don't think Violet should be doing anything illegal or sketchy because she could have people that are looking for her. Right?
You're so right. You're absolutely 100% right. Like, that would be the logical, next steps of her actions, her consequences. Oh.
Yeah. That's why I got annoyed. I'm like, why are you going? So to say, like, so she goes on this weapons handover. She sees the flyers. So they see the same flyers that they saw at Athbean, just before Athbean. Yeah. And then they're joined by 2 other Griffin riders. This we learn a little bit about Xaden's past here, which is fine. Okay, so then the attack, they steal more weapons. Xaden's like, you gotta stop attacking people, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like so Serena isn't attacking necessarily, but other flyer groups are attacking, and they're the ones that attacked Samara. And then she's like, she lets it drop that Xaden knows how to get a luminary from Viscount Takaris, and he won't do what he wants. And then we learn about Xaden's ex, Catriona, or Cat.
Yeah.
Okay, Xaden, sleeping with the enemy, no problem. And Violet knows the name Cat because at some point, Bodhi let it drop that...
Yeah.
I was confused about this. Like, Bodhi let it drop that Xaden had an ex named Cat.
He dropped it when they were talking. Something coming up. And then Violet said something to Bodhi like, oh, he's like overprotective or whatever. And then I think Bodhi said, well, I haven't seen him caring for somebody since Kat or Katrina. Yeah. And then they were both like, and then Bodhi said something, what can I make, what can I do that you keep, like, you forget this information? So he just mentioned it like really briefly, but yeah, so Xaden has an ex.
And then we meet Katrina. What are the chances?
Yeah. A little bit drama. I like it. Let's see where this is going. And then and then we also learned that Serena mentions that so put this in perspective. So to create more weapons for the rebellion, we need a luminary. And this luminary is what Serena now dropped in this meeting, is called Viscount Tacarus. And then she also reveals that Xaden actually had 2 chances already to... Yeah, sorry?
No, sorry. Viscount Tacarus has a luminary.
He has one.
He's the one
okay.
Yeah, he has the luminary.
I thought it was a signet or something.
It is a signet, but he has one. He has someone that has this power.
Okay. Now I get it. So he has a luminary that Xaden was able to get 2 chances already, but he won't do it because the the Tacarus boy, man, whatever, was asking for something that Xaden doesn't want to give to him. So now that makes us jump to chapter 29, where we talk about Tacarus the luminary. And for his services, like for his luminary, he wanted to see Violet wield her lightning. And Xaden knows this guy and just says, okay, I don't trust him. He will not stop at just watching you. He wants, he's collecting precious things. He probably will do the same to Violet. So we learned that actually, first of all, we learned that Violet's power has, become famous and popular. Like, people know about her very, rare power. And also we learned that, I don't know, there is a luminary, but Xaden just doesn't do it. Yeah.
He doesn't want to give up Violet. Yep. I think he knows that, Tacarus will take her. And then this is where Xaden gives her... So then we learned about this. They fly away. Xaden gives her another weapon. He gives the cash to the other people. She tells him what happened during the week. And then we go back to Basgaev, and she sees Sloane training for the gauntlet.
Yeah. Yeah, really not good training, though.
She's terrible.
Yep, she is terrible. It's just Violet's story, again, from Violet's perspective. You're right.
Come on, it's Violet's story from Violet's perspective. Okay, then, go on. Say the rest of this.
So... with the gauntlet, then we meet Emetario, who overwatches the gauntlet, and then he sees Violet's coming back and wants her a good professor. So I guess he's a good one too. He's trying to protect Violet. Then she wants to go to her chambers, and surprise, surprise, the tracker went right off for Warish when Violet stepped into the building, and he was waiting in front of her chambers. Wants to search her again, her bag, but also her jackets this time. And in the jacket of Xaden, she was hiding the new weapon that she got. So she was a little nervous, trying to not give it to him. Then suddenly Professor Kaori bumps into them and comments how Varish's behavior is not okay at all. Then Kaori asks for the jacket and searches it and can't find anything. And then Violet also looks for it and can't find the weapon. And when everybody's gone, Rhiannon actually says to her, come into my room, and then there is the weapon. So she used her signet to teleport the weapon from the jacket into her room, right? Yeah.
That's it.
So that... Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, because Rhiannon saw Violet. She was looking at her jacket.
Oh, yeah.
I got some contraband on me. I got some contraband. Get rid of it. Okay, then we go next chapter. And then this is we're wrapping it up. These are the last chapters.
Yep.
Violet, they're what's this weapon? Blah, blah, blah. They come in, they're Violet, what's up with this weapon? Why were you so nervous about it? And Violet spills the beans. She's you know what? I can't keep secrets anymore. I'm just going to tell you every dirty secret I have, excluding Brennan and Aracia.
Yeah.
I was okay, whatever. But they're all in. Now we're all in the rebellion. Rhiannon. I was oh, okay. Riddick, we're all in the rebellion nowadays. I think Riddick
and
has
Sawyer.
Is it Riddick that can bend metal?
Yeah.
Sawyer. Is Sawyer or Riddick can bend metal? What one?
I think it's Sawyer. Actually mending the metal.
I think he's a luminary. So, I keep saying this. I'm pretty sure he's a luminary. So, I think now they have a luminary on the rebellion. Anyways.
Yep.
How they're all in. They're ready to help.
How convenient that everything Violet needs is right there. So nice.
So convenient. What are the chances? Anyways, so Riddick shares their personal journals because Violet's like, hey, I need to research all this stuff, the wars, blah, blah, blah. So their personal journals of the first 6 in the sub-level vault. How does he know this? I don't know. I can't remember. Did they say how he knows this? I don't even. He just knows this?
He just knows it. I was actually rereading the line and I just couldn't get it. Like, he suddenly knew about the sub-level vault. It's like, oh, okay, sure.
Okay. Anyway, so Violet asks Justinia. Okay, I was like, this is how you get Justinia killed. Like, if you ask her to search the vaults, this is how you die. But whatever. Anyways. And Kiori,
all for the cause.
Oh, I forgot to mention. So Kiori actually, from the last one, Kiori kind of saves Violet because we kind of skimmed over. We skimmed over the fact that Violet had dereliction of duty. So Kiori, like, vouched for her and already went to leadership and was like, you know what? It was her dragon. It wasn't her. Like, so, like, he vouches for her in front of Varish, and Varish is pissed because he's like, this is my chance to kill Violet. Anyways, obviously leadership, I don't know, sides with Violet, and that it's fine that she wasn't there. It was your dragon that caused her to leave. It wasn't her, blah, blah, blah. So I just wanted to mention that. So then we go back to chapter 30. Violet and Xaden can't meet for a couple weeks. No more spice. And then threshing. This is moving fast, right? So threshing is happening. Yeah. I was like, okay. And from last year, threshing, everyone was all together. Like, remember all the dragons, like, gathered together after threshing? Yeah. So, I don't know. It's weird. We're literally watching Violet's story from a different perspective. Arik and Sloane both get dragons. I'm really shocked Sloane got a dragon. I actually don't understand how she got a dragon. If she was so weak and she doesn't have anything special about her. But anyways, like,
for the story.
For the story, man. Like, a lot happened in chapter 30. Violet's still worried about Adarna. Like, why she's sleeping more than usual. Okay, I'll give you my thoughts on this. I think Adarna's sleeping more than usual because her growth was caused preemptively. Like, she wasn't meant to grow into a black dragon yet. She used all of her energy. So I think she needs to recover a lot more.
Yeah, what about you? I think you mentioned that theory actually. No, I agree. I was just asking myself why, but I agree with you. Actually, that makes the most sense. Yeah.
Yeah, like, she just had to use more power. Okay, so Justinia managed to get into the vault, which I don't know how this. This is playing with fire.
I don't think she gets into the vault. She just found it, right? But what she plays with fire is actually sending messages to Rhiannon. Like, you're sending messages with this information. Oh, I found the vault, and this is this, and this is that. Like, meet me here. Like, are you guys not worried at all that somebody could just read that paper and be like, what are they talking about?
Yeah. No, they're not. They don't use a secret language. Like, Violet and Justinia know dead languages. They're like, oh, we'll just use the common tongue. Everyone knows everyone can know what's going on in this letter. Oh, anyways. Yeah, so she found the vault. Sorry, she didn't, like, she found the vault. But I'm still like, bro, like, this is playing with fire.
Yeah.
I'll let you do the rest. And then, like, 30 was intense.
Okay. So, Riddick offers to take over the vault so Violet can go to Justinia, but she refuses. So Riddick goes to Justinia, and Violet goes to her watch duty. And then, coming to her duty, is it at a tower or something? Aya is waiting for her, which I also forgot about. I don't know, like, she was mentioned maybe once or twice, but I was like, oh, who's Aya? act so friendly to each other, whatever.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, while they were talking in the tower, 4 infantry soldiers appeared out of nowhere and started attacking them. So I guess it's another assassination attempt at Violet and Aya. And while they attempt, Aya gets killed, and Violet gets thrown off the tower, like almost. She's like hanging in there and trying not to fall down, when she suddenly sees somebody is killing the soldier from behind, where she thought it could be Aya. But no, chapter 31 reveals it's Jack Barlow. So random. So
I don't get this.
He comes up.
Like, why is Jack
so he shows up. Jack saves her life. He seems changed, so I guess like Nolan mentioned his soul into something better. And he also mentioned that meeting Malek, the god of death, does something to you, whatever. But yeah, he just saves her life, says they're even, and then he just disappears. Like, okay. And then Riddick shows up, tells then Violet what he knows, and that Drasinia knows where the vault is and how to get through. But the bad news is they need royal bloodline, but how convenient again. They do have a friend who is royal bloodline, who knows about the rebellion and is on their side. Like, how nice is that? So Eric comes into play, which I'm kind of excited though, because I liked him. I wanted him to play a little bit more into the story, and we get that now.
I agree. Yeah. I like this. Mm-hmm. I like it, but I just want to mention, like, predictable. Sorry.
Yep.
Was it predictable? I kind of figured. I was like, there's no way they've...
Yeah.
I knew Violet, I knew like somebody they had to... Yeah. Sorry, go.
No, go ahead.
No, I just wanted it to be unpredictable. Like, I wanted them to have to find the bloodlines of the first 6 riders. They had to find, like, one person from each of the 6 riders. Like, that'd be cool. Like, a mystery.
Yeah.
Arik, it's like... Yeah. Hey. What do you think? Sorry. I interrupted you.
Oh, don't worry. I don't know. I knew that he would come into play, like, his relationship with the king or something, like, will have a play, like, have a role about this, but...
Yeah.
It was predictable. Like, so far, everything was predictable, to be honest. Except Jack Barlow being alive again. Everything else was like, kind of guessed that this was happening. I don't know. But yeah, that wraps up chapter 31 and what we read so far. But so we don't know what will happen next. Do you want to give some quick predictions? What do you think?
We get into the vault. We read the journals. Mm-hmm. We find out that Mira... probably has to use it to... Mira is the key to extending the words, I'm going to guess.
Yeah.
And I think we'll get a little bit more on attacks from Venin outside the walls. Like, I think we'll get more information on this. Yeah. What about you? What do you think is going to happen?
Yep. Yeah, same, actually. Like, right now, I'm not even getting crazy with my theories, because everything is pretty much as you think it will happen. It's nothing... crazy, actually. So yeah, I think that what you said, and then maybe a little bit more about Dane again to see where this is playing out. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's...
I would just like to say that, like, these 15 chapters, to be fair, was not that much new information, and it kind of like was like rehashing year 1, like 4th Wing.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we will see the next 15 chapters if they can, like, bring us back in, suck us back in. I would say. I don't know if it was just like a thing today, but I definitely feel like they're a little bit predictable. So this is our honest hot takes. Like, I'm sorry, guys, but I would definitely recommend tuning in next week to see if we are shocked and surprised by the next 15 chapters. So we'll see. We're going to cover chapters 32 through to, like, 46, maybe?
No.
46, 47, depending.
Wait. Let me just check really quick. 45. 45, you're right. Like, 45, 46. Depending where the chapter ends. How it ends. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
all right then.
Thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, thank you.
If you made it to the end,
see you
thanks so
week.
much. You should definitely subscribe or like this. Yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Definitely. Bye.